All right, we are live on the Squared Circle, getting everything up and running here. Oh, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm feeling good. My kid just walked in with all kinds of makeup in her face. That's what happened when Daddy's not paying attention. She comes in looking like a little Oompa Loompa just now. But anyway, the show must go on. Mommy have to deal with that. Oh man, I'm still riding off this past weekend show, man. We're in the exclusive era here in APW.
It was definitely a night to remember. It was an incredible night overall. I just, yeah, I don't know that.
Then the venue, I've never been there before, and the way it was set up, I can't wait to see the way it comes out on film. The way it looked, it reminded me of like old WCW, the early TNA, the kind of studio, arena type things. It's somewhere we could, hopefully continue to have shows and build a new fan base in that area if all goes well.
Yeah, I think it worked out very well. Well, until the end, but we'll get into
that. Yes, and last show of the year, a lot of Axel Savage fans out there, I would say.
Yeah. But it was a night to remember. It was absolutely incredible. We'll recap it real quick. I know I had requests for special recaps, not just of the matches, but of the aftermath as well. So we'll get into all that. But there's we did start off the night with Bodark Bronson making his debut at APW. Taking on Balak Bridges. I like Balak. I like Bodark. I like Balak. I mean, it was a good match.
It was a real good match. It was a nice way to start off the last show of the year. It was phenomenal. I hope we get to see those guys running back, and I hope to see more of a Bodark here in APW. It was a nice high flyer, so I'm not familiar with, but I loved every minute of it.
Play with their makeup.
With things, it's everything, everyday thing around here.
Ricky Jackson was ringside with Balak and was very supportive of him. So ultimately, in the end, it was Balak who came out on top. So,
and he needed to, and that's going to be a good momentum going into 2025 in the Sanctuary. But the tag team and division in APW is really top notch. So the Sanctuary is going to have to find its way in there for sure.
Yes, very much so. Then we had another debut with the Natural Born Killer, Jack Calloway, challenging the unparalleled Chance Fortune for the APW Cruiserweight Championship. Again, that was some high-flying action there, having both Chance Fortune and Jack Calloway.
It was a phenomenal match, and people that hadn't seen, there's a lot of new faces there last Saturday night, and I know that's one that everybody went home and sort of talking about, and has a whole lot of photos on their camera roll of the impressive moves that was in that matchup.
Jack Calloway, the Lions Pride champion, two-time Lions Pride champion. But he's current Lions Pride champion, and I thought for a minute there he might take home that cruiserweight title.
Really close. It came really close.
But Chance was able to pull a chance, just pull it off at the last moment and get the win there.
As he continues to, I'm sure we'll be talking a lot of him in the end of the year review.
And then we had the Gordy Hobby Memorial Trophy match with Big John G, the Alec Woolsdale, Trey Jackson, and Xander Slade.
That was really the beginning of the end for the APW locker room, and kudos to Trey Jackson. He was my pick. He wasn't the first eliminated, but he was the second. And Big John G is your current 2024, 25, or 25, 20, whatever it is. This year's Gordy Hobby Memorial Trophy holder, and good gosh, he's going to take it from that guy.
Yeah, no, I mean it was absolutely amazing watching them. It was that match. I mean, the three of them had to basically team up to take out Big John G.
That's what I told them. They were listening to the Squared Circle last week. Like I said, they needed to all get together and take out Big John G. But Big John G opened up a big, gigantic can of you know what, and man, he's a stud. He's a big boy, and Lord help the APW locker room.
I just think of how, from his debut. I mean, his debut that was this year. He did beat King Outlaw, but then he lost to Big J, and then he's been unstoppable after that. I mean, him and Big Hurt together are just gonna be.
I don't know if debut of the year is a category, but he definitely needs to be on that list. There's been a lot of debuts, but I mean, good gosh, and what he's done in this short time, and then getting involved with Rock Bandit and everything else that happened with that night. I'm glad I'm on the other side of the ring. I'm not a wrestler. I'm I do not want an ill part of that action.
Well, Trey, we're just glad that you actually walked out this time and not straight to the hospital, because Big John G looked like he was trying to destroy everybody.
There's always next year, Trey, and hopefully Big John not in the
tournament. Then we had Jacked and Juicy taking on the Supreme Savages in a belt unification match, and this is where chaos reigned.
Yeah. Oh man, it was a great match. One of the best tag team matches I've seen in a long time. I mean, it was for all the marbles, as they say.
The old school or old G original tag titles versus the new tag titles. Winner takes all, becomes a unified champion, and it came down to the wire, and then Rock Bennett comes out with Big John G and Big Herd, and they just took both teams to task.
Yeah, and they took over, and they made their announcement to the tag team division. I mean, it was heard at West of Palooza, but it was stamped and signed by the Posse and Rock Bennett. Yeah,
they definitely just they were there to make an impression. They stood their ground, and I can't say it was a double disqualification, but it was the referee called for the bell because of the interference from Big John G and Big Herd. What Rock call them?
The Posse.
The Posse, yeah.
Yeah.
That the Posse would be someone to deal with.
I don't want to be the horse if they're riding like in a traditional Posse cowboy gang. I wouldn't want to be the horse that Big John G and Big Herd are riding, because that'd be some sore horses for sure. But man, for sure the Posse put them on notice. I mean, the Savages couldn't do nothing against them. Jacked and Juicy, I mean, the speed, the muscle, everything they're throwing at them. Big Herd and Big John G just kind of shrugged it off, and the way everything else turned out at the end of the night. I mean, goodness.
And still, the crowd split between Savages and Jacked and Juicy as to who they're supporting in this, but
weird turn.
It's definitely at the end it was everybody against the Posse for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you had to be. I mean.
And then our main event of the night was the exclusive Levi Lucas taking on AXL. Axel Savage. You picked it.
I picked it, and I just did not know it and ever expected it to go down the way it went down. I'm happy for Levi Lucas, the person I've seen, early days of training to his first match to where he is at now. But siding up with Rock Bandit and Big Herd, I mean, you always see these champions, they always got the muscle with them. I mean, nobody has muscle and guys that back a champion like Big Herd and Big John G. I mean, if Levi Lucas is their champion, he's never gonna lose a title. If they're his guy, with Rock Bandit leading that group, I shiver to think about the locker room.
Yeah, no, they came out to make their statement known and made it known that Levi Lucas dumped the Mouthy and Mosley for a reason. He sided with Rock Bannon and Big Herd and Big John G.
Oh, you know the mouth was steaming backstage because he made a surprise return. You know, he had to be steaming at that moment, knowing the guy that he just left him just now, the guy here in APW, the man, the heavyweight champion, Levi Lucas.
And that is when all chaos broke loose. The crowd was not having any of it. They were not happy with Rock Bannon. They were not happy with the posse. They were not happy with Levi Lucas.
Yeah.
Stuff flew. Not condoning it at all, because there's still people in our equipment was getting, rained upon as well. And
I got warrants. I got to get out of there. Yeah. Tables are flying, chairs are flying, fans are. I mean, they were just the Savage fans, the Levi Lucas fans. They were. I mean, it was like an NFL game when the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys play, and it just the stuff that goes on outside of the game.
And it was really one of those things of. I mean, the whole locker room cleared. They were. You know who this is?
I can only imagine.
Hello, Mr. Bannon. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are y'all this evening?
No, probably not as good as you are. I mean, that's for sure.
Well. You know, we'll start this off a little bit. I'll let you know that since you, Toy Man, has showed up in APW, I have lost my job, been embarrassed, lost my company. But there's one thing you forgot. There's other ways for me to take over APW.
And that you did prove on Saturday night.
Yes, we have taken over APW. I have the heavyweight champion, Levi Lucas. I have the future tag team champions in Big Herd and Big John G. All three of these men are sitting under the learning tree of over 20 years of experience of myself. What is a posse? Posse is something a sheriff would put together to go hunt down and get what he wanted. He'd go get the bad guys or whatever it was he wanted. He'd put a posse together to go get it. Rock Bannon now has a posse. But you never know, the posse might not be complete. There might be other posse members to come.
Well, I know King Outlaw said you need to pick a couple more guys, so I don't know.
King Outlaw don't run nothing. And who is it that always kills off the outlaw or catches the outlaw? The posse. So King Outlaw needs to just worry about if he's going to be able to hold on to his tag belt. Because we want the championships. That's what we're after. We're after championships. And whoever we have to hurt or upset along the way, they're just casualties of war. And, boy, man, you got pretty close to being a casualty stepping between King Outlaw and the Savages and the posse.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. That's crazy, Toy Man.
It got too crazy there. I mean, it was the crowd was going crazy. The locker room was going crazy. There was nothing good to come of it.
Yeah.
But what was good had already came of it. We had destroyed APW's tag team champions and their OG tag team champions. We destroyed both sets of tag championships.
And the North Texas champion.
And then we destroyed the heavyweight champion.
That you did.
Did y'all not think back when Levi Lucas was under the mountain? Was the last thing Rock Bannon said he did? I signed a solid contract that guaranteed Levi Lucas one more title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I said that.
Yes.
The mouth couldn't give him up one more title shot. Who got him the title? I got him the shot. He got his own title. I will get the Big Herd and I will get Don D a shot. They will get their own title. And we will continue to hold the middle of the ring and do what we want to do in APW. Because when we hold all the championships, what's APW going to do? Tell us we can't speak or we got to leave. They're not going to get rid of us. Chris, boy, man. I mean, Tiger, talk some sense in this man. You've been around longer. Let him know.
I definitely. And
Rock Bannon is running APW still. I am still running APW. And so, boy, man, you didn't win. I hope you have a better chance with MTW, but APW is still Rock Bannon. Y'all have a good night, and I can't wait till January.
All right.
He's not lying.
He's not lying. I mean, I just felt there was nothing good coming in that ring. They were destroying everyone. Referee Wade was knocked out. I mean, it was pure just chaos in the business.
It didn't dawn on me until he's talking about they literally destroyed every male champion in APW right now.
That they did.
They didn't do it to Morgan Mercy because she kicked all their asses. But
they didn't do anything to Chance. But I mean,
you're right. I mean, but you're right. Because I always forget this because APW is only a few companies that have a cruiserweight title. But yeah, I mean, the tag team, the North Texas, and the heavyweight champion here, they destroyed them all in a matter of 30 minutes.
2 men took out 4 men.
Yeah,
well, 3 men. Levi helped, so it's 3 against 4. But still,
yeah, the faces of the posters. And if there is other members to the posse, you got to think that the champion, they already have the APW champion. It's all then they got the tag team. They got to have a guy to come in for the North Texas. And I know Levi knows a lot of talent and tag team partners he's worked with. If he could bring in some of those guys to be that fourth man or whatever. I would be very nervous if I was Juicy Joe. I would hold on tight to this his North Texas championship over the holidays.
Yeah, no, that's true. I know. I did allude to the fact that King Outlaw did challenge Rock to Battle Lines match. We'll see. I mean, I know the board is convening this next week to put together that schedule, so we shall see if that comes to pass or not. Weight limits need to happen. Yeah, there's a few times I worry about that ring.
Well, luckily there's so many tag titles they can just strap them around them. All 4 titles all around them at the one time. That's the only way they can get it all.
Yeah,
together for sure.
But all right, well, let's take our first commercial break, and then we'll be back just to finalize some recaps and then talk about the year. It's been a crazy year, and this just ended it all. So we'll be right back after this.
Got a sweet tooth? Head over to Travato Street and indulge in an incredible assortment of candies and over 30 different flavors of whipped. Our delicious in-house made chocolate treats. What? Not a fan of sugar? No problem. Check out our sugar-free candy section. Satisfy your sweet tooth at Travato Street today. Visit us at 106 East Henderson Street, Cleveland, Texas.
Hello from Stitches, Clings, and Things, where we offer custom t-shirts for personal wear or business apparel. We even offer vehicle decals and even custom crochet items like beanies, blankets, coasters, and more. Please contact through our social media platform on Facebook or call us at 817-666-8027 and even email us at stitchesclingsandthings@outlook.com. Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleveland or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Yeah, we're gonna have to update that commercial. There's no more 2024, but I guess when we get to 2025 dates, we'll get that going. But
I can't wait. I got to mark my calendar.
I know many of the APW superstars will be in action at other organizations throughout December, so be sure to follow them on social medias if you have your favorites.
I actually have to go with Levi Lucas this Sunday. I'm going to try to get a little bit of content for the show for next week. We'll see if I can get a word in with the champ.
Get it? Yeah, that'll be great. I know King Outlaw, Chance Fortune, Juicy Joe Angelo Garcia are all going to be involved in a couple of shows, so there's still plenty more times to see wrestling through December, just not in Cleburne or Albuquerque. So.
A lot of those guys will be on GWF Onslaught. I think that's December 6th at the Hawkins. So go check those guys. They're big debuts for those guys there, or at least Chance for sure.
Ty, there was not anyone that took all the belts because there was interference. Big John G and Big Herd took the belts, but they didn't give them back.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah. That's a different type of weight limits. They need to. Robin, when's your birthday show? You have the same birthday as my wife, I think, if that's the case. Yes, Miss Robin for the security needs, but Brittany, thank you for that. Day before my wife, then. The GN Long Cultural Arts Center is going to be, I think, the place to be for APW in 2025. We'll see if we can keep working. See if we can keep working that. So,
yeah, that was a fantastic venue, and it was a lot of people showed up. I think it was one of the biggest crowds we had in Cleveland in a little bit. It seems like it was a great, huge return to Cleveland. I'm looking forward. It's like it almost seemed like just a new era.
Yeah,
here in APW, just it had that whole vibe and the whole night.
Ty, we're still a little bit behind on the shows. We've got 2 more to put up before we get. So I would guess that Night to Remember will not be out until either end of December, maybe even January. But unless our production team steps it up, I'm not going to put it on them. I know we've got a lot of shows to cover. We had a busy end of year, So. And West Blues is going to be a big one to edit. So
yeah. I've been waiting for that one. Maybe we'll get around the holiday, maybe Thanksgiving, because nobody wants to watch the Cowboy game with all the back. I don't know what I am going to do.
Yeah, there's not been much to think about with the Cowboys this year. So.
I was thinking everything was a letdown. The Tyson fight, the Cowboys, but APW it delivered this past Saturday.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about 2024 just a little bit. We had 21 shows and Comic-Con. Comic-Con wasn't really APW, but APW was a big part of Comic-Con.
What the range?
I counted as 22 shows, but it wasn't technically an APW show. But 21 shows, 109 matches, and 11 title changes. Do you remember back to the beginning of the year of who was champion at the beginning of the year?
Bruce
was heavyweight champion at the beginning of the year.
Our royalty, maybe?
No.
I have no idea. It wasn't Buddy System.
It was not Buddy System.
No, I don't know then.
It was Savages still at the beginning of the year.
Oh, really?
And they lost it during the year, but they got it. So they had it in the end of the year.
And then
Cruiserweight.
Mikey B was Cruiserweight, I'm sure.
Cruiserweight was Mikey B.
And then I don't know, North Texan was. Well, I don't know if we had that one yet. So.
Yeah, we did that one. We did that. We got that one last night to remember. So it was Joangelo.
I don't remember the women. I almost have to go with Morgan because she kind of dominated on the women's division.
Yeah, she did hold it for most of 2024, but Angel Blue started the year with
yeah, right there and everything. That little rivalry. So yeah, that's wild. I would like to know how many title changes we had last year in different matches compared to this one.
So I actually had that. So we had 116 matches last year.
Right.
We had one more show. The one thing that we had fewer matches this year, but we had a lot of big matches. So we had 4-on-4 matches,
right?
You know that we didn't have in 2023. So that some of our shows only had 4 matches, but one match would last an hour.
Yeah.
So there were only 12 title changes in 2023. I thought there was a lot more. So
I was thinking it was a lot more last year. It seemed like it was titles jumping around.
But we had some memorable matches. And best of 2023 or 2024 voting will be up this weekend. So if you want to send comments in or anything that we don't talk about tonight that you think should be match of the year or moment of the year, go ahead, throw them in comments, and we can do it. And we're also going to have a write-in category in voting, just like we did last year. But one of the first matches was Axel taking on Jason in the hair versus title match.
We saw that went.
And probably one of the most despicable yet funniest promos happened during that, right before that match too, with King Outlaw making fun of or I guess it was after that King Outlaw made fun of Axel. So
yeah, he likes to do that with his wigs. And
yeah,
I just remember that one starting off kind of right there in the concrete area of the reunion area, and just I think they came out and took advantage of it real early on, and just it was a bloody vicious match. And Jason Bruce really showed his true colors during that match. I mean, we already seen that he was a horse's you know what, but he really showed us who he really is during that match.
Angel Blue and Morgan started their feud in January as well. They had several matches through the year. February was our Battle Lines match. I put it as one of my favorite matches because Team Toyman won that. You know,
gotta be. That's one of the ones I regret missing. I hate, I missed a few here and there this past year, and that's one of the ones I had to miss. But I did see it on the YouTube and then the Roku channel, so all that's available. And that's what's cool. So if you don't know about any of these moments, they're all available. You go back on.
Oh yeah, everything from the early part of the year, everything up through October is on there now.
There you go. And if you don't remember, we'll tell you about it.
Yeah,
like mentioned.
We had the Tornado Tag match with the Supreme Savages and Art of Royalty at the Unhinged show in February.
That was a good one. I was having memories of that one the other day.
Shane Strapmore and Seth Anunnaki in that Unhinged match as well. With the stapling of the bills and TV being smashed.
Yeah, that's like the VFW or whatever that was, the American Legion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a sick match.
And then we went to Metal Mayhem, where we had one of my favorite. It was probably my favorite for the wrong reason, but Tino Valentino versus Mikey B.
That was a good one.
It was a good one, and Mikey B and on one side in the ring, and Big J on the outside of the ring, having Tino Valentino bounce back and forth between the ropes and the cage. That's still just etched into my head of Tino just bouncing back and forth.
So much happened that night. That kind of gets lost in the mix, but you're exactly right. That was a hell of a match and a very funny moment and a great. I hope we do Metal Mayhem again, and because I mean, it was a great show. The people are stupid. They say don't put every match in a steel cage. I think it was one of the best If you don't have it steel cage every 6 months or whatever, I mean, to have it the thigh matches in there, I thought it was perfect. It's a 1 year thing. I hope we do it again. But yeah, that was a good show and a good night.
Then that's when AXL beat Jason Bruce for the heavyweight champion, and we got this moment.
And that was just me being me talking to Jason Bruce. I've known since BTW, for years and years. Like, Jason, what are you doing? That was and,
that'll be forever one of my favorite moments of APW.
I should have had T-shirts made by now. Maybe I get stitches, clings, and things on some big dummy shirts this next year.
March, we also had a fan appreciation show because we had a couple of promotions trying to invade Cleburne, and they got rained out, and we reigned supreme.
Yeah, there it is. They no-showed that. That's another one that I missed too, but it looked like it was a fun time, and I love those type of things out in the community. You get a lot of fans that don't know that wrestling's around.
Yeah. Then went to our homecoming show, 6th anniversary show. That in that match, Levi Lucas and Carlos Diaz took on Bullsdale and Chance, and if they won, Bullsdale got 60 seconds in the ring with the mouth. So that was one of my favorite moments.
Speaking of Carlos Diaz, that's someone that's on my short list of people who could potentially be another member of the posse. Someone like Levi Lucas trusts and knows. So keep your ears and eyes out for that.
And then that show, we also had our new cruiserweight champion. That's when Seth Anunnaki took over in March and started his dominance in the cruiserweight division. That
made him the second, tied with Jason Bruce's most championship won in APW.
Mm-hmm. Going into April, we had Legends Are Made, where we inducted the Dying Breed into the Hall of Fame, and it's not been the same since.
Ricky Jackson never left.
Yeah. Well,
he came back and brought his damn son.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Doberman and Ruben Rivera never really left either. They just started making trouble. John's the only one who retired and said, all right, we're done.
It's been, I like working those old guys, especially Ruben. Even though I messed his name up the last time after 6 years, 8 years, I should have got it by now. But, a lot of people can learn a lot from those old timers, as I like to refer to them.
And then we had that show also is when Morgan Mercy and Angel Blue had that absolute killer match that I thought Angel was dead.
Yeah.
But Morgan became the new APW women's champion, second or third time at that point. I've lost count how many times.
They stripped the title from her once and they gave her a new one. I don't know when that is in the
her and Skylar Slice kind of went back and forth a little bit too, so she may be like 5-time by now. I don't know. That's
and it's a very short list for women's greatest women of the year or whatever here at APW. It's Morgan and everybody else. Even though she's not our champion right now, she will be again, I'm sure. Someday.
And then in May, we had our Cinco de Mayo match where Tony played awesome.
Yeah, that was a good show. Great show, great food, great time. I'm looking forward to next year and becoming 2-time Cinco de Mayo Battle Royale winner.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, it was a great moment, great day. I love the Cinco de Mayo. I hope to do that every year as long as I possibly can. But yeah, winning a Battle Royal was like the kid me playing WrestleMania on the regular Nintendo, throwing Andre the Giant over in the video game. Man, it's
just one of the best moments was you eliminating King Outlaw and Juicy Johnny Garcia before they were Jacked and Juicy. But
yeah. I think
they're all by yourself.
Yeah, their hatred for me brought them together. I think a little bit.
Yep.
And they eliminated me the year before, so. Who knows what's gonna happen this year or next year or whatever.
Yeah, no, they. But you made an enemy of Juicy John Joel Garcia from that point on.
never been right. I even gave my deal to Xander Slade for that, the golden ticket. But that's coming up later on in the.
Let's see. Also in May, we had the Sanctuary created. So
I have high hopes for the Sanctuary. I like all those guys involved, and but when Big Herd and Big John G are here in APW, I don't know. There's no tag team safe.
but then we had the Summer of Love with Rock Bannon going to Club Sanctuary, but he snapped in June and just beat down on Xander.
He's got some issues there, Mr. Bannon.
Yes.
Respect, but he's up and down. He's up and down.
But he was telling Xander that he no longer was #1 contender, would not have a match. But we had Street Style Fight Academy taking on the Supreme Savages.
That was a doozy of a match too.
Yep, that's when Street Style won the championship.
And unfortunately for them, downhill after that for those guys.
And then, but then you cashed in your golden ticket for Xander, and Xander became the APW North Texas champion.
Yeah, I couldn't stand to watch all the. I mentioned every time Xander's match, he's a heart and soul. He's put a lot into this behind the scenes. And he deserved that moment. And I'm no wrestler,
Yeah.
So, but next time, I don't know if I'm going to be giving away next time when I win.
All right. So
next year I'm coming after.
But that gets us through June, and then we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back with the end of the year.
Hi, welcome to Henson Photography. We do all kinds of photos. Sports photos, family photos, and shows like APW. We have done rodeos, volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, color guard, promos, and many more. Henson Photography is family owned and ran. So come check us out on Facebook at Henson Photography, and we will see you at the next show.
Do you want to advertise your local business to a wider audience? Well, why not advertise with Johnson County's best pro wrestling promotion? Have your business showcased on Roku TV through the DC Network throughout episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and also through the Squared Circle podcast. For inquiries, please email advertisewithapw@gmail.com.
Looking for unbeatable daily deals on the hottest vapes and treats? Head to Vapor Labs. Discover amazing sales on Geek Bars, Core Infinity Vapes, and a variety of delicious gummy treats. Find us at 1301 West Henderson Street, Suite 1, Cleburne, Texas, right between World Gym and Bright Dental. Don't miss out on your next great deal at Vapor Labs, your one-stop shop for all things vape and more.
We are back. Let's see. July, we went with Red, White, and Bruised. With the debut of Brada Kaimi.
Brada.
We also had the beginning of Hilda versus Morgan. Multiple matches from them going up.
Good contender for sure.
Also in July, that is when Rock Bannon was fired as general manager and was made chief operating officer of Show Day Prep.
He didn't like that much.
He did not like that much. He missed a lot of shows after that.
Yeah.
So probably because in August he had to clean the bathroom, so he didn't care for that very much.
That's probably around the time he started making a call to Big Herd and trying to get him out of semi-retirement to come back and whoop up on this next generation of wrestler.
Robin, I just got that. Sorry. Do you remember that? Brada Kaimi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I had to double check. Yeah, that's God bless our fans.
Let's see. Then also at Bash the Reunion, we had Trey versus Balak. The winner, I guess Balak joins the Sanctuary, or I can't remember what the other condition was.
He got to fight Rick.
Oh, he got to fight Ricky. That was the.
It all happened, so it didn't really matter. Both things happened. Sort of.
Yeah, Balak went to fight Ricky, and Ricky just let him beat him, and he just he joined the Sanctuary. So
I think time will tell. That's probably one of the best moves he's done.
but then that same show is when AXL and Levi Lucas had their first match, where AXL came out on top.
Yeah, Ian had a little miscommunication with a title belt during that match, and who knows how that would have played out if Ian wouldn't have gotten involved in that way, you know. But needless to say, it worked out for Levi Lucas in the end.
Yep. Then we had Cyber Slam with the debut of Azuri Hassan in that fireball.
Man, what a monster that guy was.
That fireball was impressive. That was I mean, not for Axel, but it was it was impressive.
Axel took on a lot of big monsters, a lot of big guys in his title reign. Kudos to that guy. I mean, he deserves a standing ovation for his title reign. It was a very impressive one here in APW.
We had Xander Slade taking on Joey Garcia for the North Texas title. Joey won that title back then. And Supreme Savages won back the tag championships at that show as well. And then one of the best shows of the year, Vantage Point.
I'm watching that one.
That is on DC Network and YouTube right now. If you want to watch that show, that ladder match at the end, absolute insanity. Loved every minute of it, and especially the fact that Chance Fortune came out on top and is our new APW Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, every match leading up to that was really good. I've not got to the ladder match in my viewing, but I've watched the pre-qualifying matches, and each one just gets better and better.
October we had Westapalooza, and that's where we're at for getting it on YouTube. Westapalooza is being edited right now, but there were a lot of matches there. The debut of Big Herd and Big John G, the posse making their first appearance. Hilda becoming the APW Women's Champion. Overkill and Nobi Bryant and Aussie. That was an incredible match.
Awesome match.
And then you had Mr. Anderson. Just King Outlaw was on it too, but I mean, Mr. Anderson was there.
that was such a fun match too. What a great day. That was a Westapalooza never disappoints.
Then we had our Comic-Con match. We're not going to put. I believe we are on the APW matches from Comic-Con, so not all the matches will be on. But we've got one of the most incredible moments of my life since starting commentary. Sorry you missed it.
I had something really cool going on. I'd really be disappointed, but it equals out in coolness.
You know, you watch it, and you watch the wrestlers go through the announcers table, and we've always been so far away from it, and we got put up right next to the ring, and King Outlaw comes and throws me off and ends up going through the table. I mean, he was going to put Chance through the table, and Chance turned the tables on him.
It's definitely a moment of the year. I mean, I've seen the video.
It's going to be a moment of the year contender, and even though that's why I say it's going to be one of our shows, because that was one of the most incredible moments. It was
the rest of the ring said APW around it, and you got Greenberry. This is an APW show.
Yeah, so
that's APW talent. He's a graduate of the APW Wrestling Academy. As a trainer of the APW Wrestling Academy, it's APW.
Yeah,
but I mean, Chance Fortune jumping off a ladder, Chance Fortune jumping off a cage.
Chance Fortune jumped off a lot of things.
I mean, I remember when he got. I don't remember what show it was, but they slingshotted him across the Cleveland Conference Center, leading up to your big team match. I don't know, remember what year that was, but good. They launched him 40 feet across the damn arena.
Is that going to be one of the moments of the year, Brittany? We're going to flip it table. Fans flipping tables.
Hey. I was so confused what was going on. They were like they had
I
no.
got a voicemail from someone saying they didn't want to know what happened in the match because they saw the match. They wouldn't know what happened outside, and I don't have answers for them. I just know
after dark.
their police were called, but
It's been a while since I've had a show where the police are called.
yeah. So
especially when big
things got a bit. We'll just say things got a bit out of hand. We love the passion of our fans, but
yeah.
Brock Bennett has a way of pissing people off, I guess.
They love their Axel Savage. They had, he has his loyal fans and everybody with the Axel Savage shirts, and they don't like change here in APW.
Yeah,
that's why I still cheer for Jason Bruce. They don't want him to be a
Axel was Superstar of the Year, or even only doing one match last year. So we'll see how he performs this year. That was November. We headed into when worlds collide. Just recently, we've got Jacked and Juicy taking on the Dying Breed, winning becoming the new OG tag champions. And the bizarro world of Jack and Juicy getting a huge pop. I mean, it just
that's just like I say, it's a hate for Dying Breed, and and Jack and Juicy's a team people just are loving the hate or hating the love. I'm not quite sure which one it is yet, but I'm sure there will be a lot of Jack and Juicy merch sold at the beginning of 2025.
And then Night to Remember. Just Chance Fortune, Jack Calloway putting on a great show, and then Levi Lucas winning the APW Heavyweight Championship. The reign of Levi and I guess the posse led to a crazy ending.
It definitely did. Yeah. Like I said, the fans lost their stuff. The locker room everybody was out there. I mean, there's so much emotion from the locker room, the fans. I mean, everybody, the concession ladies. I mean, just everything. How you jumped in. I mean, I know it had to be the emotion that caused you to get between all these gigantic.
I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, honestly, I'm going to stop any of them. Honestly, that was kind of, but I could see nothing good was coming of it. The good thing is Brittany loved it. Brittany wants us back. So.
Yeah, well, that's good.
The J Long Center is still standing. So
I loved it. I got to do my shopping at HEB a little earlier, and then I headed right over. My sparkling water deals, and get those everywhere.
All right. Well, one more commercial break. We got to plug the gym. So we'll be right back after
take the call from the gym.
Yeah.
Bet your ass.
Do you have dreams of getting a sick pump and getting jacked and juicy like Jacked and Juicy, Juicy Joe Angelo Garcia and the King Outlaw Jason Bruce? Then what you need to do is you need to come on down to Advanced Fitness Center, AFC 2221, FM 2280, King, Texas. Come in and get a sick pump. Ask questions. Call 817-506-0003, 817-506-0003. King, Texas, come in and get jacked and juicy like Jacked and Juicy, baby.
It is Advanced Fitness Center. Gotta love it. Okay. So King Outlaw flying through the ropes like a cruiserweight. He is getting jacked there.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, it looks phenomenal. Chance, he works out there, and I mean, the things he's able to do. If you work out there, you can do the things like Chance Fortune does.
Haas Holden. Looking forward to Haas coming back in 2025. And how about that Dog Pound heading up the NWA program of or NWA. What is it? The
Texas or
territory of Texas territory. So
the independent wrestling's on fire. Wrestling's on fire. I mean, this is an awesome time to be a part of it in any shape or form. I have no aspirations of going nowhere like that because I'm just a small fish or a big fish in a small pond. But I mean, I have a lot of friends I want to achieve in the upper levels, and it begins in in historical NWA and the new independent wrestling school thing that WWE's picked up with T School and the Nightmare Factory and things like that. I mean, it's a great time to be in the business even for middle-aged, overweight guys like us. But you're losing, I'm gaining. I feel like I've been sitting around too much here lately.
Yeah, NWA will be back I think in January.
There's a lot AEW in Texas for their shows, and there's a lot of things. Pop TNA's coming up for like one of their big shows coming up soon.
Yeah, so lot of professional wrestling coming to North Texas, but you can always catch independent shows.
Yeah,
I mean, really get out there. There's still a good 3 weeks of shows. They're just these guys need your support. They, we're nobody. We just talk. These guys put their bodies on the line night in, night out for our entertainment, and we will have the voting out this weekend, like I said, through the end of the month, and then we'll be back in December, kind of recapping the best of moments. And I think we're gonna try to look at some previous pre-commentary matches.
That'd be fun.
And do some live commentary to Shogun and Jay Alexander.
Right.
And I'm sure there's a King Outlaw one. Or maybe King Outlaw and Chance Scorchion's first match together. That was a good one too.
I don't know what footage is out there, what match we could choose from, but I would love to do that. That'd be a pretty fun thing.
Yeah,
to do.
we'll pull some matches and see what we can do to get just think about it. We've had 6 years, going on 7 now of APW, and we're just gonna find some matches that we can talk about. It's been
crazy.
Get us all ready for 2025 and whatever's to come.
I'm geared up. I'm ready for a little break, but I don't think I get much of one. But I'm ready for a little wrestling break and spend some time with the family. But I do love talking about it, and I can't wait to review the year that was here in APW.
But we will have some other. Like I said, we'll have our checklist of matches that stood out to us. Feel free to write in anything. I'm going to have a show of the year. We've had some incredible shows. I mean, Night to Remember was great. Westapalooza, the Vantage Point, Metal Mayhem. Jeez.
Oh man, that's gonna be a hard one.
Battle Lines was great.
Yeah,
we had great shows. So I'm gonna put the shows out there as well, and you can pick your favorite show.
That's as cool as we have. You don't get oversaturated. Sometimes I do shows with so many matches. You kind of get oversaturated. You don't really remember a lot. It's kind of like when you binge a show, a series, and you kind of all that stuff just blur together. But here you get 5 or 6 solid matches. It's something to talk about at the beginning, the middle, and the end. And it's just it's a nice thing. It's a nice way to go about it.
I'm thinking what we need to do is put guest commentator of the year. I'd hate to lose it. So I don't want to put us in there because if we lose to anybody that was guest commentator, we'll just put guest commentator of the year, and that way we don't.
Robin don't win that. I don't know what's wrong with it. I guess you have that Devin and Robin and.
You know what? Say what you will about Doberman and Ruben, they had me laughing the whole time during their commentating. So that's.
I wasn't there for that one. I guess
I forgot that that I was supposed to be doing the commentation or the commentation and. I don't know. I was supposed to talk, and I was listening to them. So that was.
Well, they got a lot to talk about. They're old, that's what old people do.
That's why I said I don't want to put Tony and I up against her. I'm just gonna put that we were guest commentator of the year. We'll just assume that we win.
Mitch Rodman's white envelope at the end of the show is going to get fatter with the head of security, commentator. I can't do ring announcer forever. So
Mouth, I think Mouth came back to do commentation or come to the commentary just so he could get commentator of the year as well. So he's going for manager of the year, referee of the year, match of the year, because he thinks his match with Bullsdale was great. So
his match of the year, he just ran.
Yeah, so he's going for all the categories. So
he'll probably win. He has his fans. I don't understand it, but somehow he just keeps winning these things.
Captain Means Alfonso wasn't here this year, so he won't lose to a puppet this year. But that's
Cody the Enforcer.
He could lose to Cody. He could lose to Ricky. He could lose to Rock now. I mean, Rock Bannon.
That's a good way to end the year. Which, and I'm sure there's someone else that's been around. Some other managers. I feel like there's one or two that came in here and there, but.
We do. I on my list, I've got we had Eliza that came with D'Anthony Price, El Capitan.
Yeah. That's who I'm thinking.
Sweet J Sharp had people come with him.
Iron
Sinclair.
Yeah.
So that we've had people come because it's manager of the year, accompaniment of the year. It's all kind of security. And Big J was still with Mikey B. For me.
If we're being for real, that Big J should be manager of the year. I mean, ain't nobody took care of their guy more than Big J did over the year.
So, but a lot to look at. Like I said, we will be taking next week off. I might have a little show that we play. I'm thinking of if I have time, I want to put together some clips and stuff to play for Squared Circle, but we're not going to be live. It'll be a pre-taped show night before Thanksgiving. We got cooking to do.
Right. I got a show with the champ this Sunday, so maybe I'll get a little footage for that show. We'll try. He's very busy.
But we'll be back in December with results of the. Like I said, I'll get the voting up this weekend. And it will run through the end of the month, and we'll be back in December with results and go from there and just have some fun through December.
When you're around the table with everybody, pull up your Facebook and tell them, hey, go on here and vote for Tony the Tiger, Cinco de Mayo, or whatever your favorite moment was, but Tony the Tiger, Cinco de Mayo.
Cody Ray comes out with Shane. That's the
Cody Ray, the Enforcer.
We'll do fan of the year too. We'll give Robin some opportunities to win some awards too.
And not that damn Dusty, because all he does is boo me, throw me off.
It'll still be Mr. Gordy. We'll win fan of the year.
Gordy Hobby fan of the year. Not that damn Dusty.
All right. Well, that will do it for tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for an incredible 2024. We're looking forward to talking about it even more over the coming weeks. And as soon as we get word, I know the board is meeting next week to start planning shows. So I'm sure we'll have ideas of what's happening very soon.
I can't wait.
So that will do it for tonight. Have a great one. Got to get my music going. See, that's all that. I need someone to run some board for me. So I don't have to do it all.
we gotta get the intern to work for free.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If you want to be an intern and work for free, hit me up. So, all right, everyone, have a great night. We will talk to you all next week or 2 weeks. Have a good one. Bye.